Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Wednesday, November 20th, 2013. Well, I am currently in the basement, and I'm not sure how noisy it's going to be down here with furnaces and dehumidifiers and stuff like that, so just bear with me if you hear strange things in the background. Hopefully they won't be too noticeable to you. So for today, for announcements, we have 3 red stars, and those are Consumer Price Index, retail sales, and existing home sales, and then a gold star on business inventories. Now the only thing, we also have a petroleum status report. Is there anything further to, FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock, so it is going to be a very busy day today. But the problem is, after what was exposed yesterday about the unemployment numbers from last year, I believe it was, what can we believe and what should we not believe? We can't hang our hats on it. And from our perspective, from a trading perspective, we're just following the charts. We're just looking at trends and just trying to go with the flow and take advantage of it. That's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to, we can have political opinions and things like that, but when it comes to trading, just put all of that aside and actually just look at the charts and try to forget about any sort of outside influences. We jump over to the Market Watch and see what's happening in Asia. Mixed day. There's been a lot of mixed days over there. The bearish numbers are pretty bearish, and the bullish numbers not so bullish. I guess there might be a takeaway from that, not sure exactly what it is. And in Europe, they are experiencing a bearish day so far, but not real bearish. Okay, so Uncle Ben says the rate's going to stay low, of course. He's not going to change anything before he leaves. And let's see, just some other stuff out there might be interesting, but I'm not looking at it right now. Okay, started this recording just a tad early, and I wasn't really 100% ready here. Alright, okay, let's go back here and get that. Alright, so yesterday, I got more room down here, so I have my notebook on the other side, so I have to look the other way. We had an alert on LinkedIn, and it triggered, and we got in on that. Let's take a look at where we got. We got to look at the futures here. Sorry, I got a little bit ahead of myself. We're flat on the futures, and a little bit down on gold, and oil is below 94. That's sort of significant, pretty far below our 95 bogey, and it's been just, hanging around that price range. Alright, and let's go back to what I was saying about yesterday. LinkedIn, you got in on that trade, that alert triggered, got in at we'll look at I didn't even put them on my list, on my in play list yet. Shame on me. Well, I did get one video out yesterday, though. You're going to give me credit for that. Okay. Here we are. I was going to say. Here we are at 2:30 for the rest of this week. So we had the alert trigger right away in the morning, and then it pulled back a little bit, and when I came to look at it, it looked like it was starting to move down. We still had magenta on the very short term exponential moving average there. So I decided to get in with a 230. I think it was a good time to get in right at the high spot. You can get a couple more pennies out of that thing. I have been putting in limit orders and pumping them up a nickel or so, and trying to get a little bit better price. And if I don't get it, then I may change it later in the day, if I remember. And I did get in on the TSLA calendar. So let's take a look at that one. And then, you know what happens? I get in on this calendar. I got in right away early in the morning, which made it expensive. And then price went in the opposite direction here. And that move was based on news that Tesla has invited the, I don't know, FTC or somebody to come in and take a look at why their cars are starting on fire. Not exactly sure that I would want to buy a car that could combust instantaneously at any given moment or time. Not real sure I would feel good about driving a car like that. Sort of like, what was it, Ford? There's Ford Maverick or something like that back in the 70s that if you hit it in the butt, that there is a good chance, due to the placement of the gas tank, that it would blow up and start on fire. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the car or not, but anyway, it reminds me of that. So not real excited about buying one of them. Can't afford one anyway. I'm not even sure I would want one regardless of the fire problem with them. So that's what I did yesterday on Tesla. And then my SPX trade, man, you know, what happened was right away we had the alert and the trigger at 1785, and you can see if you look at this candle right here, and like it's not showing up on top. If I go over here, let's go over here and take a look at a chart over here. So this candle right in the morning here, if you look up here where it says C, and that means close, you can see that this candle, the C was at 1790, 1785. Am I looking at the right chart here? Where was my alert? Well, the alert triggered. The order was submitted. I think it was at 1786. So the alert and the trigger was 1786. And the low on that particular candle right at the open was 1785.92. That's looking at the L, not the C. C is close, L is low, H is high, and O is open. Oh, man. Okay, so that's what happened yesterday on SPX. And then I did my A-list refresh, and then, you know, in that video I was talking about having that watch list run the scan every time. So here, if you go down here and you say high IV percentile, nothing's going to show up this morning because there's no volume on anything at this time. So your other choice is to go, if you want it to be static and not dynamic, you would have to go in, run the scan over here, go ahead and run the scan, and then click on the save as a watch list. Because if you use a save scan query, then it's going to run it based on the current data. And we're using current volume, not volume average, which is a little bit frustrating to me for this volume here, but there's a workaround for it. And that's run the scan later in the day, like just before the close, and then save it as a save it as a watch list. Alright, so now, oh, there goes the furnace. Now we can go ahead and close that, and we'll close that one, and we'll run our A+ list scan. We'll drag this down here, and we added some yesterday. We added FedEx, Green Mountain Coffee, Nike, that Kaihu. I still haven't looked up to see who they are. I'm just going to do a quick check here. QIHO 360 Technology. Okay, that's who they are. Well, they must do some sort of web development. And they're Chinese, apparently, or something. Antivirus software, web browser, mobile application store. And they're out of Beijing. Alright, so that's who I added. Sort of a partner to Baidu, I guess you might say. Alright, let's start with the scan right off the bat here. I'll try to keep this one maybe a little bit shorter. Alright, there goes the furnace. I hope that's not too disturbing to you. I think I can overpower the sound of the furnace, which I happen to be almost right next to. Okay. I want to get my sequence set up here. Alright, here's Apple coming down here into our target area. So we're waiting for that one to mature a tad bit more. Not sure exactly what I would do with it when it gets down there. Just because this green line, my 50 MA here, is a little bit flatter than I would like it to be if I'm doing a directional trade. Adobe, we have this iron condor on Adobe, and I'll be doing a video on that, the high IV percentile iron condors, trying to pull some money out of them quickly. This one's not doing too hot right now. Adobe's in a little bit of a pullback. I could mark it on a chart here, and I might do that yet. Alright, and then Amazon is one of our regulars. Coming down here to meet the target. I'll wait on that one. Baidu, we're in on that. We have a calendar here, and it's moving against us right now. So we'll see how that one works out. This is our target over here. We need price to get down there. Celgene, we're waiting for it to come down into our target area. Chipotle, I was going to take them off the A+ list. I decided to keep them on. And it looks like we are entering our target area on it. FedEx is our new entry. We have earnings coming up on FedEx, but for right now, they're looking okay. They are in a very smart looking up move, so we could do a weekly play on them. So we'll set a target in here and wait for that one to come down and check it out. See how quickly you can take a look at these and say, oh yeah, this is in an uptrend. Here's a future entry point. We have enough time. This is a dividend. That's not earnings. Well, they do have earnings at the same time. 12/18. All right. Green Mountain Coffee. This is a Tasty Trade Sosnoff kind of favorite. We have actually earnings coming up today. So that should be interesting. We get that one out of the way right away. The IV percentile may fall drastically. So let's see what happens. Wow, that's quite a pullback. All the way down to the 50 on the weekly. 50-week moving average. Wow. Just an observation. Google. We have a target down here coming down. Let that one mature a little bit. LinkedIn, we're already in on that particular one. MasterCard coming down to our target area. Marvel, another new entry. This is only $13, but this is one that I did a synthetic covered call on in a simulated trade here. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen with that one. We'll check on that periodically. And then hopefully this week I'll get that video done. Netflix coming into our target area. Nike, another new entry. IV percentile is 67. Coming down here, definitely in an uptrend, so we are throwing a target in here. Looking pretty good. It's been doing pretty nicely. Michael Jordan's getting old too. They're going to have to find somebody new, I think. Priceline coming into our target area. Wait on that one. Kaihu, or that's what I'm going to call it, Kaihu, is flat here. The IV percentile. They have earnings coming up next week. So we'll be keeping an eye on that one. Not going to do anything right at this moment. Tesla, we have the calendar, so we have some time to wait on that. I should put, we're looking at 115. That's not really all that far away, so we'll see what happens here on that. And that's a November 4. So we'll see if it can creep down there quickly or not. Visa coming into our target area. Walgreens. I used to trade this all the time. There's something coming up here. Yeah, they have earnings out here, way out here in December. They are in an uptrend. I want to throw a target in here. Just a lot of momentum leaving this stock right now. Wonder what happened here. Where's my news? Maybe I don't have enough room for it here. I might have squeezed that down a little bit too much. There we go. Downgrades Walgreens. Yeah, that always hits it hard. Benzinga. Where do they get some of these names, I'm telling you. And last is XLV, which is healthcare. And their IV has dropped below 50. We'll keep them on here anyway and just keep an eye on what's going on there, especially in the healthcare industry. And we'll throw a target on that. Okay, to keep this short, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.